Oh, I had some really funny things to talk about today, and also one that's kind of interesting and also kind of surprising, honestly, after all this time. But let me see if I could share my screen. But one of them was really funny. I saw this on Reddit today, and I think it was posted a couple days ago. But God, it's so fucking funny, and there's news articles about it. Um, Let me see if I could put a display capture. Let me enlarge it actually. So. This was posted on Reddit, and you guys, for anybody who doesn't know, this is about ChatGPT. You guys probably have heard about ChatGPT. Um, the main issue, like the main thing with ChatGPT is it's an AI, right? It's trained. It's a model trained. It's very advanced. It's making waves everywhere. It's one of those things that is dispersed into the wider community of the world at this point in terms of even my mom knows about it. My mom is aware of it, and you know when everybody like that starts getting aware of a technology, you know that it's big and it's had big impacts. Well, it's had impacts in schools as well, apparently, enough that I don't know if this was an English professor or just a professor that had some sort of papers that people had to submit for their work at a Texas A&M. This is a state university in Texas. The professor sent out an email, I guess, supposedly, to his students saying that he checked their work using ChatGPT. And this was like their written assignments, like writing like a paper with sources and things like that. He sent out this email to them, basically telling them that he checked their assignments with ChatGPT and asked it. He specifically said that he copy pasted it into ChatGPT and asked the AI if it wrote if it wrote the assignments, and in some cases it said it claimed to have written them. Now, for people who aren't really aware of how AI works, especially ChatGPT, very 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 advanced, this is idiotic. First of all, he copy pasted an assignment from somebody into an AI that is designed to be as helpful to you as possible and asked it, "Did you write this?" Odds are, if someone, like, I don't have ChatGPT open right now, and I have used it before, but like if I were to paste some random bunch of lines of something, right, and then asked it, "Did you write this?" Odds are that it's like a 50-50 up in the air as to whether it's going to say yes or no, right? Unless it may deem like some topics something it may not answer, but on the by and large, it's designed to help you. It's designed to be like, yeah, we can help you. We can, like, yeah, I totally did this. Yeah. You've never tried it before? It's free to use. There is a subscription model for it if you want to get more features out of it, I believe. But it is free to use on like the OpenAI website. But at the end of the day, this is like Unga Bunga, like the professor didn't know how to use an AI type of thing. And this is the original Reddit post here. Texas A&M commerce professor fails entire class of seniors, blocking them from graduating, claiming they used ChatGPT. And I was reading this, I was just laughing my ass off. I was just like, this is ridiculous. And supposedly they weren't all failed. Like the title here is a bit misleading because there's articles on like NBC News. The Rolling Stones, I think, originally reported on it, but they have a paywall on their website. So I was looking at it, and it's like, Texas A&M University says it's investigating after a screenshot of an instructor's email went viral on Reddit. Jared, he went to Jared. An instructor in the agricultural sciences reportedly told students they would be receiving an X in the course after he used ChatGPT to determine whether they used the software to write their final assignments. and what's even funnier is that I think in this as well, it says that a couple students actually did come forward and say that they did use it. And that's probably like a fear thing. Like people were probably like, "Oh, I've heard of this new ChatGPT. Let me like try writing an assignment with it," and then turned it in. And then the teacher sends out this really scary email, and and the students are probably like, "Oh God, how did he find out? I didn't know that you could just like ask ChatGPT if it wrote it." And you can't, by the way. That's not how AI works. That's not how it would work. There may be some instances where it has that kind of potential, but in the cases of ChatGPT, it probably is not. But it's just really funny. This was just a really funny situation that I saw, and I was just like, "What the fuck is this shit?" I'm surprised that there's not more information on this yet. I'm wondering what the response from the school is going to be regarding that class and that teacher. Like, will they punish him for being an idiot? Will there be any consequences at all? I'm not sure. They might issue like a formal apology at some point, but I'm not sure about that. But just a really, really funny situation. And ChatGPT is also really, really helpful. It's a very helpful tool for people nowadays, and I could totally see why somebody in a in the education background, like as a teacher, professor at a college, things like that, especially like in the English world, where you have to cite sources, you have to have things in specific formattings. You can't be plagiarizing, or you have to write it in your own words, as they say, right? You can't just verbatim copy paste things. An AI that makes your sentences more unique sounding would be a boon to any student who doesn't want to deal with the bullshit that is English writing and writing papers. Like, obviously, in some situations with like research and things like that, it's pretty easy to not plagiarize from people, because most of the paper will probably be used to quote things anyway. But I mean, there's only so many ways at the end of the day where you can write how you can write a sentence, right? And write a paper. So it's kind of interesting. It's just an interesting roadblock that's going to be weird to see how that ends up working in the future. Like, if English majors or English people and people in English classes or in those kinds of classes continue using this tool for that, I'm curious if there will be some, like, though there probably are already tools online that are like, check if your paper was made by an AI. Don't trust any of them. They're fucking stupid. Don't trust any of that stuff. They're gonna swamp the handwritten. They might, but that doesn't stop it though, because you could generate it online and then verbatim write it out on a piece of paper. That doesn't change the crux of the problem. But yeah, this was a really funny article. This whole thing was really funny to look at. ChatGPT, very dangerous tool for certain professions and or several other areas of the world. But we'll see how laws come about to deal with it, as well as curriculum is an interesting idea. Another thing that happened today is that Linus from Linus Tech Tips is stepping down as CEO of his company. But it's not as doom and gloom as the title may tell you. If you actually watch this video, there's a lot of detail going on about what part of the company he's going to be in, and it's going to be more of a creative position. He and his, I believe his wife, right, Yvonne, they're going to be maintaining 100% equity in the company still, but they are giving the CEO position specifically to somebody else, while Linus takes a creative role in the higher up position. So basically, it means that a lot of the small things that would normally filter to him and be like, he'd be like the wall that says, let's do this, let's do that, or let's do this small little thing. He won't be as bogged down, essentially, and he'll be free to do other things a little bit more. So he's still going to be the face of everything. It's just going to be nothing groundbreakingly changed, you know? It's just new CEO and no buyout. He did mention in this video, though, that he got an offer from a company for like 100 million and like a bunch of other details regarding that. So he could have, if he really wanted to, he could have sold Linus Tech Tips, whatever their company is called, because it is a good company at this point. Like, it's been going for like, I don't know how long he's owned the company itself, but like, he's been going on YouTube and the internet for well over a decade now, I think. Long time. Very, very big staple in the online community for tech tips and tech in general. So very interesting. He holds big sway over a lot of companies' decisions in certain aspects, you know? Like, if he says something really bad about a product, you can bet that a lot of people are not going to buy that product. But yeah, this was just another thing that I saw today. It kind of scared me at first because I saw the thumbnail and I was like, wait, excuse me? Like, you can't leave Linus. You're not allowed. Like, we got to capture this man and keep him making videos. Come on, you can't do that to us, man. It's been so long. You can't just leave. But it's not bad. It's nothing bad. Don't worry, guys. Linus will stick around for forever. He's never going anywhere. He's eternal. He's going to ascend to another realm of existence and stick with us forever. So yeah, that was just basically a couple things I wanted to go over. Forever and ever and ever. Exactly.